Saint of the day, Saint Callistus first. That is the problem we face with Pope Callistus first, who died about 222. The only story of his life we have is from someone who hated him and what he stood for, an author identified as Saint Hippolytus, a rival candidate for the chair of Peter. What had made Hippolytus so angry? Hippolytus was very strict and rigid in his adherence to rules and regulation. The early church had been very rough on those who committed sins of adultery, murder, and fornication. Hippolytus was enraged by this, the mercy the Callistus showed to these repentant sinners, allowing them back into the communion of the church after they had performed public penance. Callistus' mercy was also matched by his desire for equality among church members, manifested by his acceptance of marriages between free people and slaves. Hippolytus saw all of this as a degradation of the church, a submission to lust and licentiousness that reflected not mercy and holiness in the Callistus but perversion and fraud. Pope Callistus is listed as martyr, but we have no record of how he was martyred or by whom. There were no official persecution at the time, but he may well have been killed in riots against Christians. As said, it is to realize that the only story we have of his life is by an enemy. It is glorious to see in the fact that the church is large enough not only to embrace sinners and saints, but to proclaim two people saints who hold such wildly opposing views, and to elect a slave and an alleged ex-convict to guide the whole church. There's hope for all of us then.